Welcome to Indian History Class 2. So this is part 2, that means class 2. So let's start our class. Babur's son Humayun reigned 1530 to 40 and 1555 to 56, lost control of the empire to Afghan rebels, but Humayun's sons Akbar reigned 1556 to 1605, defeated the Hindu usurper Hemu at the Second Battle of Panipat, and thereby re-established his dynasty in Hindustan. Here, Babur's son is Humayun. Humayun ruled from 1530 to 40, and he also ruled second time from 1555 to 1556, and he lost control of the empire on Afghan rebels. So after that, his son came. His son name is Akbar. Akbar ruled from 1556 to 1605. Akbar defeated the Hindu usurper Hemu. Usurper Hemu is the king, Hindu king, at the second battle of Panipat. So the second battle of Panipat done, that means held in 1556, and thereby re-established his dynasty in Hindustan. So Akbar established his dynasty in Hindustan. The greatest of the Mughal emperors and an extremely capable ruler, Akbar re-established and consolidated the Mughal empire. Means the Akbar came into existence to rule the Mughal empire and to take the Mughal empire into force as soon as possible. Means Akbar re-established his kingdom. Through incessant warfare, he was able to annex all of northern part of central India, but the adopted conciliatory policies towards his Hindu subjects and sought to enlist them in his armies and government service. So this Akbar, who ruled the Mughal empire, he was the king to adopt some policies on the Hindu subjects, and he also sought to enlist them, means to make and list them for his armies, and he developed the government service. The political, administrative and military structures that he created to govern the empire were the chief factor behind its continued survival for another century and a half. So he ruled 1.5 century due to administrative, military and political structures which are created by his government. After that, at Akbar's death in 1605, the empire extended from Afghanistan to the Bay of Bengal and southward to what is now Gujarat state and the northern Deccan region, peninsular India. Means he died in 1605. The empire extended from Afghanistan to the Bay of Bengal, and it also extended to southward, means to south states like Gujarat. Present Gujarat state was ruled by Akbar and the northern Deccan region also. After that, Akbar's son Jahangir came. Jahangir reigned, means ruled from 1605 to 1627. After that, he continued both his father's administrative system and his tolerant policy towards Hinduism, thus proved to be a fairly successful ruler. Means he also followed his father's administrative rules. There are some policies we have discussed that development of Hindus, there no, those policies also came into existence by this Jahangir. So he is the son of Akbar. Akbar's son Jahangir, and Jahangir's son is there. His name is Shah Jahan. He ruled from 1628 to 58. He had an insatiable passion for building, and under his rule the Taj Mahal of Agra and the Jami Masjid, which is known as Great Mosque of Delhi, among other movements were erected. Means during Shah Jahan rule, he had so much of love on architecture. Architecture means the construction of buildings is known as architecture. So he loved architect. So he constructed the Taj Mahal of Agra and Jami Masjid. It is known as Great Mosque in Delhi. And mainly his reign marked the cultural zenith of Mughal rule. But his military expeditions brought the empire to the brink of bankruptcy. Means any fraud in his empire. So that is only known as bankruptcy. Jahangir's tolerant and enlightened rule stood in marked contrast to the Muslim religious bigotry displayed by his more orthodox successor. Then Aurangzeb reigned from 1658 to 1707. Aurangzeb is the son of Jahangir. Aurangzeb annexed the Muslim Deccan kingdoms of Vijaypura, which is known as Bijapur and Golconda, and thereby brought the empire to great greatest extent means the Aurangzeb annexed the Muslim means he supported the Muslim and Muslim Deccan regions of Vijaypura were ruled by him. That is only known as Bijapur, and Golconda fort is also in his ruling time, in his ruling area. But his political and religious intolerance laid the seeds of its decline. Means his political and religious intolerance means his ideas laid the seeds of its decline. He excluded Hindus from public office and destroyed their schools and temples, while his persecution of the Sikhs of the Punjab turned that set against Muslim rule and roused rebellions among the Rajput, Sikhs and Marathas. Means he destroyed the Hindu schools, temples and public offices. He excluded means he restricted Hindus from public office means from service sectors, and he doesn't love Hindus. He love only Muslims. He know only loving Muslims. He hate Hindus or Sikhs or Marathas. So Sikhs also are get restricted by this king. Then the heavy taxes he levied steadily improvised the farming population, and a steady decay in the quality of Mughal government was thus matched by a corresponding economic decline. Means he also he also taxed heavy taxes, not normal amount, heavy taxes he taxed. When Aurangzeb died in 1707, he had failed to trust the Marathas of the Deccan, and his authority was disputed throughout his dominions. Means who are ruling at that time, those are known as dominions to Aurangzeb. Those are enemies to Aurangzeb. So Aurangzeb died in 1707. Due to his death, he had failed to rule his kingdom. His kingdom was brought out by his dominions. So what happened after this, I will explain you in class 3. So this is class 2 video. Thanks for watching this video. Bye bye.